Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Poke channel. It's been a long time again. Classic, right? I've done a lot recently for myself, and I have been up to quite a bit recently. I'll list off, and give a little concise life update. And then I have a couple funny stories I'd like to share. And yeah, just kind of have a little bit of a ramble sesh and just catch up a little bit. Why don't we? So, yeah. I have tried to do this recording a couple times, but I'm just getting back into it. So I'm sorry if I stumble over myself a little bit, but yeah. So, new place, as you can very clearly tell. I am in a new place, and I'll explain my situation here in a bit. And oh yeah, tattoos too. Let me show off a little bit. So, as you all anime fans are aware, Sukuna exists. And I've got myself some Sukuna inspired tattoos. And yeah, pretty sick, right? Not bad. And they're perfectly symmetrical. So, yeah. I think that they turned out really fucking cool. It cost me $1,000 to get it done. Just because each section took like 2 hours and it's blackout, so it's gonna take a while. And yeah, I'm honestly so happy how they turned out, and like blackouts hurt a little bit, just a little bit. It hurt like a whole lot, like and then it hurt like a lot, like like right there. Oh, that sucked. And then I've seen like like judging pain of tattoos, and the guy's just like screaming based off how much it hurts. Yeah, accurate. So yeah, so that was fun. That took me like quite a few weeks to get this done, and yeah, I'm super happy to share it. I got a comment on it from one of my friends that lives next door to me, and she was like, "Oh my god, you're angel dust." And I was like, oh yeah, he does have bands. Like, I promise it was unintentional. I know, yeah, I go by Angel. Yes, I relate to Angel Dust's experience in a lot of ways that I should not. But I do, and he is a bit of a comfort character for me. But no, I didn't, draw all the I mainly drew the inspiration from Sukuna, and then I kind of tweaked it the way I liked it. I really like the thin band that I have right below or above the thick band, and the reason I did that was because it looks more feminine this way, and at least in my own perception, I think it looks a bit more feminine. And then of course, the little heart in the center, which is adorable, and I have gotten compliments on my tats, and it makes me so happy, and pretty much everyone thinks it's pretty cool, and I'm like, damn right. So yeah, also everybody loves this, like, this button up, like all my lesbian homies fuck with it. So yeah. Anyway, appearance aside, um, I have been doing really well at work recently, and that's been really great. I have been really enjoying work. I got hired on, so I have job security now, and I also have insurance, so. What? Yeah, so. Nice. Um, Job security feels good in today's economy, so. And what's nice is that with the job that I have, I can support myself, have an apartment, pay for car insurance, and yeah, live by myself and be self sufficient. But I'll get into my situation in just a bit after I'm done talking about work. But yeah, getting hired on was really great. I'll share a little funny story. I had like this embarrassing thing that happened to me. This, oh my gosh. If you know my Instagram and like look at it at all, and you follow me on YouTube, and you check out my Instagram because I have it linked and stuff. Uh, in one of my posts, my thumb looks totally fucked up, and I kind of like leave it in there on purpose just because it looks so. It looks fucked, and I'll explain. It's kind of embarrassing. So, basically, what happened is I had a work event, and so my whole crew, we all went out to this DIY bar together, which was super fun. I got to have the opportunity to make this super cool and pretty flower pot, and I think it turned out adorable. It's like concrete and concrete, baby, and yeah, I like put the little logo in the bottom, and yeah, I also like made this little. It's kind of like a coaster in reality, but it was like supposed to sit underneath the thing when it's like so flat. Like usually you want like a place to catch the water instead of it just. Also, there's no hole. I need to drill a hole. So this is a coaster, and it's a pretty coaster now. So, yeah, I that was fun, right? So I got a little tip thing, right? I I had 3 beers that day after work, and um, they were all like 12-ounce beers, like 5-ish%, and I'm a little bit of a lightweight because I'm kind of small, and I don't drink very often, so like, you know, yeah. So we're finished with the DIY bar. I don't like smash my hand or anything while we're like, doing things, which would have been even more embarrassing. But we get back to the company because I have some things to pick up before I actually head home, because my friend was giving me a ride to and from, and that I work with, and she's amazing. But yeah, yeah. So I we get to the company. Like we get to the building. Oh god. So I get out of the car. I close the door. My whole body has not left the car yet. I'm not aware of this. I slam my thumb in between the car door and the car. And I'm tipsy, and so it takes me a second. I'm like, oh, this hurts. I pancaked the fuck out of my thumb, right? And so so I get home that night and I'm like, yeah, my thumb is completely purple. I need my hands to work too. And so it was like, oh, that was rough. That was embarrassing and rough. I'm not even to the worst part of the whole experience yet. So, day like 2, that night of dealing with this fucking thing. So, it's like completely purple at this point, right? By the way, I'm gonna be super TMI right now, and if you don't like squeamish things, I'm sorry. If like things that like, if like bloody anything makes you squeamish, I am sorry in advance because this is really gross. So, I'm like, wow, I'm in so much pain, and my painkillers aren't really doing anything for me. Fuck! And I can't sleep, and it's just, pain. What I do is I look up online, because my thing is like, this thumb was like twice the size as it is right now, right? I'm not gonna show you photos, because it was disgusting. No, I'm not. No! So, yeah, I read online to relieve the pressure, you get a paper clip and you get it red hot on the stove and you jam it in your nail and then you bleed. Because apparently, like, what's the scientific term for nail? What's it fucking called? Keratin. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, you stab into the keratin just right before you hit the bottom, and then. But I was like, no, I'm gonna stab myself. I'm gonna push too hard, and I'm gonna like stab myself, and then I'm just like gonna cauterize the wound anyways because it's red fucking hot. And so I was like, no. I can be even more resourceful. I can be even more brilliant. If you want to. So yeah. I go downstairs into the garage, and I'm like, oh, we have a Dremel. You can see where I'm going with this. I get the smallest bit, most tiniest little bit, and it was very tiny. It was like basically the diameter, like maybe a little smaller than the diameter of like a little headphone jack, right? And I set my thumb on the counter. I get my Dremel and I drill into my thumb. Yeah. And then I bleed. So it was pretty gross. I didn't hurt myself. It was completely painless. And like, I'm pretty sure that the nail was like pushed away from my flesh from all the blood and the pressure, and also from just like the trauma of smashing the thumbnail. Yeah, that shit sucked. But yeah, that's why my thumb looks hilariously fucked up. Now you know. Yeah, that happened. That happened like a little over a month ago at this point. Oh, it's been too long, guys. It's been too long. But I've just had so much just on my plate that I've been needing to take care of, both emotionally and physically. So yeah. Anyway. That happened. Work is good. So solid. I've been learning a lot of new processes within my area. I can do like internal audits by myself, and both on our own in-house audits and then the corporate audits, so I can do both, and that's pretty cool. And I'm learning some other stuff eventually, like learning some more of our chemical processes, which I'm super excited about in regards to like etching our emitters. And I explained like what my job is in my last video if you're curious, just because it's like it's a lot to explain, and it's so like I don't even know what I'm doing basically because it's under a microscope and I can't even like comprehend. Like I don't know how big a blood cell is. What? So, like, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I can build so much faster too now, and yeah, I can make like 4 batches in a day rather than just one in a day, or just one emitter in one day. Like, whoa. So, yeah, like solid improvement, and I'm just getting better every day and learning and figuring out what I want to do for my education. I know because like now that I'm hired on, my job will pay for my education, which is like yes. And so I just need to use my college fund, get my associate's degree, and then once I have my grades and like proof that I can do it, and then like also at that point I'd probably be comfortable in regards to juggling work, school, and home life and any creative endeavors that I have. And yeah, I want to do biotech, and I feel like that kind of makes sense, just like knowing me, being trans, being super into the tech industry, and just like biology in general. And just I've always had a knack for chemistry and biology, and I've always had just incredible just intrigueness in it, and I can't wait to really like delve into it. I'm sorry I keep like staring at myself, but like my camera's been doing weird things with the lighting, so I'm just like trying to make sure the video doesn't look like shit the entire time. Anyway, that's why I got my camera, like I got my phone light because I'm like trying to, anyway, yeah, kind of scuffed right now. Work and stuff out of the way. So home life, and this is gonna switch to a bit more of a serious tone. I've kind of had I've been a bit more fun this entire time in regards to my demeanor, but what I'm going to talk about is pretty serious for me. So I had to move out of my old place because my parents were basically forcing me out in ways that are subtle, but I got to the point where I was being forced to like buy all my own appliances. I wasn't allowed to use anything in the house just because I don't always do the dishes, even though I always clean up after myself when I make food. Like, I don't need to get into the drama aspect of it between me and my stepfather, because at the end of the day, it was him making all the decisions, and he really doesn't like me. And, like, he doesn't like me because of things that I know that he's done that I can't openly talk to them about. And so there's always just this big disconnect between us, because the topic of what it is essay. And it's not personally for me. I mean, he has made me uncomfortable in the past with certain things, but it wasn't directly with me involved. But I knew about it, and I had for a very long time, and it was a thing that had been festering for a long time between us. And it's hard to talk about because I can't talk about the victim and I can't talk about the situation because it's so, this is YouTube. I have to keep myself pretty short here, and there's some things I just don't feel comfortable talking about in a public space, but I just kind of have to get the reason why it was so hard living there out, because it's been bothering me for so long. And that's not even the only thing. Like, that's the worst thing. But he's an animal abuser. He would cage up my cat and give me the most BS excuses. And I tried to compromise, and I tried to get methods and ways to keep him in my room even if he was in a cage, which I never wanted that to be the case. But I wasn't there. Any idea that I tried to present, it was always shut down. I couldn't do anything about it unless I wanted to move out, but I didn't have a method to move out because I didn't have the means to support myself, because I had been paying rent and they had been increasing my rent and just making it harder for me to move on. And I felt stuck, and I was always stuck in a whirlwind of just bad mental health, because he's always berating me for the most smallest things just because he's not happy within himself. And like, it's always like the little things, and like, he can't even be upset about me for certain things, like leaving lights on. I pay the electric bill. You have nothing to complain about at that point. And like I paid bills, I paid rent. I should be able to have a little bit of grace with the things that I do within the household. But there was no grace. And like, they always just tried to find new ways to make my life harder. It felt like I just didn't feel like he loved me. Doesn't feel like he ever really did. Because it always just feels like he's doing things for his own interest and never to support me and to give me a better life. Because I'm their kid. My mom would just basically allow him to yell at me whenever he wanted to yell at me and wouldn't protect me. And she would allow him to just forcibly put my cat in my cage and just like... I don't want to sound like a complainer. I did the things to help myself out of the situation, which was I found an avenue in order to move out, to save up some money so I can get my own place and have a little bit of a savings just as a cushion. I was living paycheck to paycheck while I was living there, just because I was so depressed that I made bad decisions for myself because I felt stuck and I felt like I needed things to relieve, even if it was temporary, like my pain. And there was a lot of things that I would do that were not healthy, and spending money and just doing things that didn't benefit me but made me feel better in the short term, just to forget about the pain that I had been put through. Sometimes it's hard for me to articulate all the things that I had to go through, just because I would shut down all the time while I lived there, and I'm gonna have to work through a lot of self-worth problems that I've developed through living there. and just a lot of other mental health things. But I'm making all the right steps now in the direction to give myself that freedom that I've been longing for so long. And yeah. So don't feel bad for me. I'm safe. I'm okay. I'm in a safe spot. I'm living with my brother for the time being because he just recently got this place quite a few months ago, and like within the year, right? It's pretty recent for getting a place, right? But yeah, he's graciously, thank you so much, brother. He's graciously letting me stay here for a couple months, like 2 months, to just save up a couple paychecks, excuse me, so I can get my own place. And yeah, it's gonna be really good for me. I can't wait to get like my own pole and put in my living room. Yes, stripper pole, yes. I'm not gonna like make another Fansly, or at least like, I probably will, but I'm gonna do my own thing. Like, I'm gonna focus on myself, and I know that in the past I haven't made the best decisions, and I definitely have been immature in the past, which there's some things that I wish I had done better, but this is a new chapter for me, and I'm focusing on me, not pleasing anyone other than having fun and existing in the way that I want to exist. And I'm not sorry, but if that bothers you, then look the other way, I guess. So, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that I would have done better having the maturity that I have now in my past in regards to interacting with people and how I just presented myself in general. I'm aware of that, and I'm doing everything that I can to just be better. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever make like super duper lewd content. I really want to like make Y2K anime-esque things, and like, you'll see what I mean by that in the future. There's quite a few ideas that I have for just my own OC and things that I'm inspired by that give me so much inspiration, like melody and yeah. Yeah. There's one last thing that I'm gonna leave this video off with, but yeah, have fun with that. I'm gonna make the end of this video a little fun, a little funsies, kind of to change the tone again. But yeah, I have my plan. I'm gonna get educated, have an apartment, have my car, I got my job, I've got my creative endeavors. I'm fucking living. I'm living my life now, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm just excited to see what the future holds and to experience it and to go with the flow and not have to feel so rigid all the time now. And now I have the space to feel that freedom and to not feel like someone's breathing down my neck the whole time and just constantly mad at me for anything that they can think of to be mad at me because their life sucks. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for having me. Thank you so much if you've watched this video till the end. I know I have a little bit more left, but thank you, really, for sticking with me, sticking with the poof, my fluffiness. and I hope to see you in the next video. I promise it's going to be a Signalist video, and I'm going to be in cosplay, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be, I'm going to record it this week. I don't know if it'll be out this week, but I'm going to record it this week, because I don't have too many things on my plate now that I've gotten a lot of my moving stuff done, and I was also helping my parents move. Like I said, a lot of stuff has been on my plate. Anyway, I love you. Thank you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Ciao. Hey. So, this is the only cosplay I have at my disposal right now. So, I was like, fuck it. I've never like been on camera while wearing this. So, also, so, I kept the flannel on. Like, I have like a black sports bra that I was gonna wear, but I was like, I'm gonna be in character here and be like, because I know Melody's least favorite color is orange from at least what she said on stream, and so I just thought like, heh. So just being a little shithead. Ironically though, my favorite color is orange. So yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, I guess I'll get on with telling the little story. By the way, I know I'm gonna I'm gonna like make another wig. This is like the first one I've ever like made sort of, but like did not take my time with it. I kind of need to do that, so I'm gonna do that and make something better, and with like better dye, and like just like watch a fucking video, you know, like take my fucking time with it, just like I'm taking my time with that stuff back there. That's why I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna get it done by the 7th, and I'm like, fuck, not this 7th, but next 7th, and I'm like, fuck. Anyway, I'll talk about stupid story I was gonna talk about. Okay, so it's embarrassing, right? So I need to preface the story. This was during the time I was like making Fansly #3 or something. And like I was making strictly malware content because I was like, oh, I'm gonna make this as like a birthday present to me, to you, and because fucking why not? And yeah, I don't know if she ever saw it. I kind of like, it wasn't necessarily free, and so, but I deleted everything, so I don't even like There's so many things that I want to like make when I get my new apartment. Anyway, better, you know, like take my fucking yeah. So yeah, I was like doing something, right? Who cares? And before I deleted that account, I ended up watching one of Melody's streams on Fansly. That was not her ones that she also streams dually on Twitch with. So, okay. This was the first time I have ever done that live. I have seen her content in the past, but this was the first time I ever watched it live. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna see her go to work, right? And just like, wow, be mesmerized and stuff. I'm sorry, I have like makeup on and every little loose strand because the fan wants to. Anyway, so I'm stalling. So, yeah, I go and watch the stream, and it's really cool because she's doing a fundraiser for the Trevor Project. And if you haven't ever heard of the Trevor Project, it's a LGBTQ plus fundraiser, like fund for younger LGBTQ plus peoples, and they do amazing work, and you should support them if you want to support their cause and enjoy that kind of thing and can't afford it. And yeah, anyway, she was, you know, it was cool. It was like it was cool. And so I was like, well, this feels special. I was like, a first time stream to watch, and so I was like, fuck it. And I had my excuse. So yeah, I donated $100 because I was like, it's kind of funny. So, well, it's not funny that it didn't get funded, but it's like, what I'm going to say. Shit. I'm so bad. I'm just like getting ahead of myself. So, I donated $100 to Fifi's game that she was making, and it was like on, I think it was on a GoFundMe, and, yeah, I donated $100 because I was like, hell yeah, go off, make your Tetris game and stuff, and it be super cool and hot, but also fun, and have everyone's characters in, and it's cute and awesome. And so I was like, yeah, yeah. And sadly, it didn't get funded. But I was like, here's the funny part. I was like, okay, I already made the energetic transfer. Right? And so it was a compound excuse, right? Since like I already had the $100 that I was like already anticipating on spending, right? I was like, okay, go in here, fucking dump that thing, and then delete the Fansly. Alright, plan. So, in hindsight, I should have done the vase thing, which was just donate $20 like Vivi did. Because I used my debit card. And I used my debit card. And debit cards, I feel, have more security because, of course, right? That's your money. That's your money, honey. And so, I try to buy something the next day. I could not buy something the next day. I look at my little app on my phone and I'm like, oh, my card's deactivated. Why could that be? Oh, I have an idea. So, drink every time she says that. So, I go to the bank. I wait in line. I walk up to the clerk and I'm like, hey, my card doesn't work. Can you fix it? And she's like, okay, yeah. Do you want me to give you a new card? Was it hacked? You know? And I'm like, oh no, I mean, whatever I need to do, you know, just to, you know, have access to my account. And so she looks at my card. And she's like, oh. 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 Did you happen to perchance make $100 purchase recently? Oh, yeah, right. I, it was, it was for charity. It was for a charity stream. Right. Okay, so you want to keep your card because it wasn't fraudulent? And I was like, yeah, I do. Face like a tomato. Thanks. You're welcome. Oh my gosh, guys. So yeah, that's my little fun story. Or something. Fine, I'll do the thing. God. Fine. Here, wait. Let me get this. I'm trying not to show my boobs. Okay, here, wait. Let me just make it like a cape. Wait, where's the... What? The world is upside down. Everything's backwards. Life is a lie. Okay. Now, I definitely won't... I'm so... Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here, wait. I need to make this even better. Here, wait. I guess I need to stand back. I'm like so out of focus, but like... Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I done. I hope you had fun, because I sure as heck did. Have a great rest of your day. Much love.